Overkill Trading. In today's episode, we're going to be taking a look at our watch list. Today is March 21st. These are going to be all the stocks and cryptocurrencies that we will be watching going into next week. There's a pretty big list on here of about, I would say, 20 to 30 names, maybe a few more than that. But we're going to be taking a look at some charts and seeing if we can find any setups going into next week. There are some in this watch list that I've already looked at that are very, very cheap and look like great opportunities. So we're going to scan through all of these names today. We got SMCI, we got CELH, some big winners from last week. Targets in here, Filecoin. Boeing had a big news piece today about the government. They won a $20 billion contract to develop the next generation air dominance fighter jet for the U.S. Air Force. And they got a big bump off that, but we've been watching Boeing since this green dot down here in December. Again, these green dots are our buy signals, and the red dots are our sell signals. We are focused on a monthly and a daily chart here. We are swing traders. We are not day traders here on this channel. Alta's in there too. We got UNH, PBR, Monster Energy, WDB, MSTR. We got Verizon in here. Bitcoin's on the list. iBit. We got Near, Total 3, Pepsi, Rocket Mortgage, XRP's on the list, Litecoin, RNDR. We got Polkadot, Neo, ARB, PDD, and more. We even got Starbucks on there, so grab your coffee, and we're going to dive into some charts. Let me go ahead and start off with the trading rules, guys. If you guys are new to the channel, we are swing traders here on this channel that focus on a monthly and a daily chart. Okay, we enter and exit positions using our trading indicator. The green dot means buy and the red dot means sell. Okay, so the trading indicator is going to be everything you guys see on my screen today. We're going to be talking about the red and green dots down here. We're going to be talking about the EMAs. These are our moving averages that we watch, and we also use a Fibonacci tool here on the daily chart. I will be covering all of that stuff here throughout this video. All of that plays into the setups we are looking to get into and our entries and our exits. So the first thing that we're looking for on any chart is based on rule number 4. We only buy assets that have a green dot or a green candle on the monthly chart. Okay, so the easiest way to point this out is to go to a chart of Bitcoin here, and you could see that this indicator here, these red and green dots, have called the bottom and the top since 2015 on Bitcoin. Okay, and this doesn't just work on Bitcoin. It works on every single chart that we're going to take a look at. Okay, you can see back here in 2015, we got the green dot on Bitcoin. The price was $356. Okay, that was 10 years ago from today's date. It went all the way up here to 20,000. What did it do? It gave us a red dot in February of 2018. It sold all the way off and gave us another green dot right there in 2019. That was the bottom there at 4,000. Okay, it went all the way up to 70 in 2021, pulled back in a bear market for a year and a half, got another green dot. This one was called out in the Discord right here on January of 2023. Bitcoin's price was 18,000, and obviously we've hit highs of 110. It also gave us a dot right here in October at 27,000, and one right here in November. That was the most recent one right there around 64,000. So these are our buy and sell signals on the monthly chart. And the first thing we're looking for is either that green candle or that green dot on the monthly chart. Okay, the reason we want to do that is because that tells us that the macro direction, the coming 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months are going to be up. Okay, we don't want to buy when the dot is red on the monthly because we don't want to sit through a dip like this, right? We either want a green candle or a green dot on our indicator on the monthly chart. That is rule number 4. So once we have the dot or the green candle on the monthly chart, what we want to do then is we want to zoom into the daily chart. Okay, we want to buy the day of the green dot on the daily chart. Okay, so once you have the monthly dot, you no longer have to really pay attention to the monthly. Then you can go in here to the daily, and what you want to do is you want to buy and enter the day of the green dot here on the daily chart. Again, the dot on Bitcoin is not green right now. So like, for example, BA, we were just talking about Boeing, right? Boeing gave us the dot here back on December of 2024. We called that out. We had the green dot right here. Okay, and then you zoom into the daily chart. where was your buy entry here on Boeing? It should have been right here March 12th and back here in January. Okay, this trade right here was from 168 all the way up there to 188. I know that wasn't that big of a trade, but I mean, that's a pretty decent move for a stock, a big cap stock. That's 11% there. Okay, and then this was the one that was the juiciest. Okay, you got this dot right here on Boeing. This came before the news right there at 150. It's now sitting at 180. That was a 20% move. Okay, so the higher the market cap, right, the bigger the moves. If you guys are trading altcoins, obviously you could see the big fluctuations of 20, 30, 40%. But some of these large cap stocks, another one's Domino's Pizza right now. Again, we got this green dot right here in February, so we're in here on the daily, now looking for a setup. Okay, we had the setup right here on March 18th, so our entry should have been right there at 430, boom, and we're up to 470. Again, a nice trade there of around 8.5% all the way to the top. Okay, so that's what we're looking for. First, we want the confirmation on the monthly chart, okay, and then we want confirmation on the daily. So we're waiting for the green dot or a green candle on the monthly, and then we're looking at the daily chart, and we want to buy the day of the green dot here on the daily chart. Okay, so that is our buying strategy. Our selling strategy is that we want to take profits when the stochastic RSI hits the white dotted line or we get a big red dot on the daily chart. Okay, so a good example of this is back here. Again, we're focusing on the daily right now for our selling. So that's where our Fibonacci zone comes in, right? We have our golden zone down here. We have our golden zone right here. These are the two zones we want to be buying in on a daily chart. And where we want to sell is up here in the red zone. So you see how the price came up here and hit that red line at 330. This is XRP. They hit 330 right there on XRP. It gave you a red dot here on the chart on January 19th. That was your sell signal. And we sold all the way off to around 180. That was up about a 50% drop there. Again, taking profits in the red zone on the Fibonacci on our trading indicator. And if you guys do not have these tools, if you do not have the Fibonacci or the red and green dots, you guys can download these by coming over here to the trading indicator tab, clicking on this link. It takes a couple of clicks and everything loads directly into your trading view. You will get all the indicators. Everything that I'm using in this video will be loaded directly into your trading view account. Your screen will look exactly like my screen after you click a couple links over here in that trading indicator tab. So if you guys don't know what these tools are, the Fibonacci and all these tools, there's a free trading course over here that will go more into depth on what we just talked about. There's about 7 or 8 videos over here you guys can watch, starting with this one, and then just work your way up. This is a great video on the Fibonacci. This is probably the best tool that you could use here for support and resistance levels up against the red zone. Again, that's where we want to be selling. We want to sell the red dots in the red zone. Also, Bitcoin gave you a red dot up here. You can see back there on January 23rd, Bitcoin 106, and it sold all the way off to 77. So we're looking to take profits in the red zone, okay, on the red dots. That is our selling strategy. And then last but not least, the last rule for today is that we never exceed 20% of our portfolio in any one position. So you should never have more than 20% of your total portfolio invested into one name. Okay, you can see right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 names that I'm holding. Okay, I have 6 different names that I'm holding right now. I'm not going all in on one position, or I'm not just buying 2 positions. I want to be diversified. We want to be spread out, right? Because if your money is spread out, right, it just gives you a better chance of being right over time. It's good to be diversified. Every single investor in the world who knows anything will tell you to be diversified. It's good to have multiple positions and just not be all in on one thing. So that's the trading rules, guys. Those are right over here in the trading rules tab. The Discord is free to join. Just go to overkillinvestingclub.com. Nightbot will drop the link there. You guys can join up for free. It's also down there in the description as well. So with that being said, how's everybody doing today? Allie, how you doing? Chris, Fitness Plus, Cindy, happy Friday. Hope you guys are having a great week. Yeah, it's a one-time fee for the indicator. One-time fee. That is subject to change. I'm working on some things right now. So right now it's just a lifetime payment, and you will get full access to, again, all the tools and everything that you need. One announcement I really want to make real quick for the Discord is I added in a support chat. So you guys can actually drop your support questions. If you guys need help or have questions about anything, just drop it right here in support chat right there in the Discord. I added that in actually today, and I'm really liking that. You can see people are asking questions, and they are getting answered in there. So that's a cool little addition we just added to the Discord over there today. So let's go ahead here and go over the watch list, guys. So I'll start here with the top. My top names. These are going to be names that I'm currently holding, and then we'll get into the watch list. These are names I'm looking to take positions on. So at the top here, the best gainer of the day for me, up only 1%, but DJT. This is Donald J. Trump's media company. So this one's actually still red here on the monthly, but I'm playing a bounce here off the golden dot. So if you guys ever see the golden dot on the chart on this indicator, okay, these are very, very rare dots. Okay, one I like to point out a lot is H bar. Okay, this one came back here on this one back in November. That was November 5th on H bar. The price was 4 cents. It went all the way up to 40 cents. That was a 10x trade there. So whenever you see a golden dot on your chart, okay, you got a golden dot back here on DJT. This is the same asset that we were looking at here. This is Donald Trump's media company. But that golden dot came right there in September of 2024, and it ended up going all the way up to $55, and that was from $16. So it's sitting right around the price it was at back then. It got that golden dot again. This was last September, about 7 months ago, and it went from 16 up to 55. Okay, off that golden dot right there, that was around a 217% move. So that was an excellent trade there. And again, you're just getting the same exact signal right here. So I'm holding that one. Again, all my positions are swing trades, guys. These are not day trades. These are not buy today and get rich tomorrow. These are like buy and hold. Okay, our time frame here on this channel is 1 to 6 month holds. So we're looking to buy and we're looking to hold for 1 to 6 months until price gets back up here in the red zone, right? Because we want to take profits up here in the red zone. This is where we want to sell. So we're buying and holding until we get the prices up here in the red zone, and then we're looking to sell. So you had a golden dot there. That was last Thursday on DJT. So that one's still a hold for me. Snapchat performed really well this week. Snapchat's another name. This was a play on the Fibonacci as well. This one came down here in 2024 and touched this green line. So like I was talking about at the beginning, when price hits that red line there on the Fibonacci, you see how it hits 17 right there? Okay, it's 17. Just how when it hits the red line, you want to sell. On the daily chart, when it hits that green line, you want to buy. Okay, you can see how that acts as support. Again, I think the Fibonacci is probably the best support and resistance tool that you can use to identify levels where we're going to bounce and where we're going to top out at. But you can see back here in August 2024, this came down to $8.30. It tapped it, and it went all the way up to 13. Then we bounced around, and we've sold off on this recent sell-off right back into the line. I mean, we're literally bouncing on the same exact support level here. And I'm long on Snapchat, right? They have pretty good earnings. They're not too big of a company. They're making about 1.7 billion a quarter. But I just think the stock is very oversold right now. And I'm still continuing to hold this. This is more of a fundamental play for me because I like the company and I think they have very strong fundamentals. Paramount, I took a position on this week. This was off the green dot right here on, I believe it was Wednesday or Thursday. I'm just playing this one all the way back up here to 1384. This one, again, still has the monthly green dot and the green candle. They're having pretty good earnings. They're making about $8.1 billion a quarter, so they're a bigger company than Snapchat. But I think they're very overdone. They were all the way up here at $100 back here in March of 2021, and they're literally sitting at $11 right now. So I'm looking for some continuation on this. My stop loss is at $11, but I think that one's going back to $14, $15 easily here, probably in the next 1 to 6 months. We got STZ. STZ, look at the monthly chart here. Okay, these red signals are getting annoying here. But STZ, again, we got that reversal here, that reversal candle, that green candle. Warren Buffett bought this one last quarter. We had the golden dot on this one as well, called out February 13th. That was Thursday at 160. It went all the way up there to about 195. It's pulling back a little bit. I jumped the gun a little early, and I got in before the green dot. That was on this candle right here at about 183, so I'm down like $6 a share right now. But I do think this one will show up with a green dot next week, and that one will continue just based on the monthly chart here. Again, when this blue wave is way down here, that means we're very, very oversold. Okay, if Warren Buffett's buying it, Warren Buffett thinks it's cheap. If Warren Buffett thinks it's cheap, it's probably cheap. So this thing sold all the way off here back in 2020 at 100 bucks. It got a green dot, okay, and it ripped all the way up from 100 all the way up to around 300 bucks. Okay, that was around a 200% move. So I'm playing a similar kind of bounce here. I'm thinking we're going to get a green dot on this one in April. April candles, new monthly candles form every single month, obviously on the first of the month. So April, it's March 21st, the day I'm recording this. So we're going to get a new monthly candle. And when we get a new monthly candle, the indicator shifts over. And I think when we open up in April, I think STZ is going to have a green dot here on its chart. And again, I'm playing the green candle reversal here. And again, if Warren Buffett's buying it down here, probably not a bad place to be buying some. So I like that one. I believe they're a drink company. We got Link. So I was buying Link around, I think my average is around $16 now. It was right here in this area. I mean, I was buying some up here, and then I averaged back down here. I think my average on it is around 16 now. It's sitting at 14. It's got a red dot, but it's right into that yellow line, which is our 4-year moving average. So the 4-year moving average is the average price over the last 4 years. If you guys take a look at our cheat sheet here, again, we play these averages. These are our means, okay? The mean is the average. So we use three different averages now, okay? One of them is that yellow line. That's the 4-year average. And again, these are all part of the trading indicator if you guys want all these. And then that orange one is going to be the 9-month moving average. This is the 4-year moving average. And then the white line is the 8-year moving average. Okay, so you got the 4-year moving average, the 8-year moving average, and the 9-month moving average. So our goal as traders is to buy at, right? We want to buy at or below the mean. Okay, you can see STZ right now is sitting below its 8-year moving average. So it's like at its 10, 12-year moving average right now, right? I'm getting it lower than the average price over the last 8 years by buying it down here. Does that make sense? If this is the average price over 8 years, I'm buying it below the average. So if you look at this, I'm like buying it down here, right? And so is Warren Buffett. So what I like about Link still, yes, it has a red dot on the chart, but that doesn't mean we can't bounce here in April, right? We're bouncing. We're right down on the 4-year moving average, just like where we were back here in 2024. What did we do? We went from 10 all the way up to 31 after we bounced on it. So I'm watching this one into April. If you want to set a stop loss on it, use it at 12, but I'm long on Chainlink. I think it's one of the best crypto projects out there. I think they have some of the best fundamentals. I've obviously done my research and I know what I'm buying. I don't buy shit coins. I don't buy meme coins, right? I want to buy good quality companies, good quality projects. I don't care about meme coins. Don't care about penny stocks. I want to buy good quality projects that are going to be around for 5 to 10 to 20 years. Okay, I don't want to be buying pump and dumps. Okay, because that's how you lose all your money. I'm willing to hold Link as long as it takes because I know eventually it's going to be back up at all-time highs. All-time highs was 52 bucks. So I'm buying this thing. I got it right on the average there. Okay, my average, I'm down a little bit on the position. I think my average is now 16. So still holding that one. And then CLSK. CLSK was a play on the daily here. This is really just going to depend on how Bitcoin performs. If Bitcoin can't get a bounce and can't hold 80, I'll probably get stopped out on this. But I got a stop loss on CLSK right here at around $7. The monthly candle was green for a second, but it is now red. So I'm playing that one. If it hits $7, I'll probably sell it. Again, it's deeply going to depend on if Bitcoin's going to have another move up or if the bull market is over. So we'll see here in a couple weeks. I still got a stop loss at 7 on that. So those are my current holdings. Let's go ahead and look at some of these names here that are setting up very nicely. So SMCI was a big winner on the day. Again, we got green candles here showing up. So obviously we're green on the monthly, so now we're on the daily. So this one gave you a buying opportunity right here on March 11th at 36. And it's giving you a buying opportunity here today at around 42. So this one looks good as long as it's going to hold on to that level right there at $34. That one's got a lot of meat on the bone. All the way back up there to 116. Okay, that's a 180% move. So again, I like this one. It's got the green candles on the monthly, which is what we're looking for. And it's building a nice support here. Okay, so if you come over here, that to me, this sideways action, when we're just going sideways like this, This is the stealth phase, right? We're just going sideways. It's quiet. We had this big run up from 25 up to 60. That was a 200% move off that dot down there. See, that came right there in February at $29. It went all the way up to 67, and now it had a pullback. So this is a good-looking pullback. It's making a higher low. For those of you that don't know what a higher low is, it is a bullish indication, okay? A higher low is when you bounce. You go up, you pull back, and you bounce, but at a higher level. Okay, that shows divergence to the upside. So I think SMCI, that one's still on my favorites list, and I really like that one. I think that one's definitely going to break back out to at least 60. I'd use a stop loss at 34 on that trade. CELH, this is still one of my favorite trades right now. I'm pissed I didn't take this trade the other day because I was about to, but this one just has a lot of room to go in my opinion. I mean, all the way up here to $100. Look where it's sitting. It's sitting right on that 8-year moving average right there at 26. Okay, very nice looking move. Okay, I got in on this one at around $23, $24. I ended up selling that earnings pump that it had. I sold up here at, I believe, 34, 35 bucks off of that earnings. They had that big jump from 22 up to, it was like I made like 300% on the options or something crazy. But this thing is so oversold right now, all the way back to the red zone right now from where we're sitting on Celsius. Which is a huge energy drink company. You probably see them in your gas stations and your grocery stores. I see them in every single one I go to, but all the way back to the top of the fibs, 200%. So this thing, again, was all the way up at 200 bucks. It's got the red dot right there on May 24th. It's sold all the way off to 20 bucks, and now it's sitting at 32. The daily is a little overbought, but as long as this thing can hold on to $30, I think it looks really, really good here. Okay, $30 would be my stop loss if I were to enter, but you should have been entering right here on this candle at 27 and right there on that green dot right there at 25. This is where I called it out right here at 25. That was on March 7th. Okay, I got the receipts on TikTok if you want to go back and look, but that was the signal right there. Again, we had the green monthly candle, right? No dot yet, but that thing's probably coming here next week or in April. Right, green candle, green dot, then you're in here on the daily chart, and boom, there's your entry right there at 25 bucks. Okay, and again, 200% all the way to the top. CELH looks solid. ASTS, these guys are a satellite company. They have a green dot here on their monthly chart. And I'm just watching for a green dot here next week on this. I do like this company. I've heard great things about it. They're not making too much money yet, but they're a work in progress. They're a satellite company here. So, I've heard good things about them, and I'm just watching $24 for a bounce there, watching for a green dot on that one. We got Intel. Intel's another one we've been tracking here for a while. We got that green dot back there in February. Beautiful, beautiful signal right there at 19. This one's set up really nice, too. It pulled all the way back, gave us a green dot right there on March 12th. $20 was that, was your entry, and this thing went all the way up to 26. That was a 30% move. I think they got a new CEO or something, but as long as this one can hold on to, I mean, if that could pull back and fill the gap, that'd be awesome. But $23 is the stop loss on this. I'd be watching for an entry on Intel on a green dot next week. Again, another one that has a really nice range back up to the top of that Fibonacci. Up there, 88% all the way to the top, up there at 44. So $23 looks like to be holding. I would just look for an entry on Intel next week on a green dot. We got Target. Target gave us the golden dot this week on Monday, and I think this company is very oversold. There's a lot of talk about there's a big boycott going on, but I've heard that so many times, and then people just get over it and they go back to shopping there. So what I like about Target is they're a huge company, right? My wife loves them. My sister loves Target. Everybody, every woman in my family loves going to Target. So they're a very, very big company, and they're making $30 billion a quarter, guys. Okay, so if a couple people are going to boycott them, whatever your political beliefs are, I don't give a shit. Okay, I'm leaving all that out. I'm just looking at the charts. Okay, they make $31 billion a quarter. I think they can afford to lose a couple customers. Okay, but when I'm looking at Target here on the monthly, is that we're sitting way below that 8-year moving average. Remember, the white line on a monthly chart, that is the 100 EMA. And again, this is part of our trading indicator. So if you guys have the indicator, you should have these lines. Okay, you should have these lines. If you don't, okay, just shoot me a message over here in support chat, and I will get you the updated version of the indicator. Okay, this thing is down here below its 8-year moving average. Target is a huge company. They're not going anywhere. Okay, so I think Target is very oversold right now, meaning you're getting a really, really good price for Target. I mean, this thing was all the way up here at 270 back here in 2021. It's sitting at $100 right now. So if you want to make 100, if you think it's going to go back to the top, that's a 170% move. What I'd be watching for, I mean, it already has the golden dot here. So again, these golden dots are the best indication you can get on the daily chart for a buy signal. Okay, if your name is giving you a golden dot, you should be buying at that level. Okay, and Target is giving you one here, and I'm watching $100 on it. I think it's going to have a hard time breaking down below 100, and if it does, it might go down there to like 90. But again, this is a long trade, right? We're 1 to 6 months out on this trade. It doesn't matter if it goes down a little bit next week if you buy now. Okay, we're buying and we're holding all the way back up to the top of the fib at 178 is literally a 70% move. So I like Target, and again, I may not agree with what's going on. Honestly, I don't know the whole story, and I don't want to get into it. Okay, but all I can tell you guys is that if you show me the chart, I can tell you what the news is. I can tell you right now that the news on Target right now is negative. Why can I tell you that? Well, I can look at the chart and see that their stock is literally down right from the top. If I measure from the top to bottom, 61%. Okay, 61% from the top. So when a name pulls back 61%, we're down here in despair territory, right? Everyone that was holding Target, it's like, oh my God, like, right? And so the smart money who controls the media, who controls the outlets, Fox News, CNBC, CNN, right? All these different news medias. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to flush people out. So they're creating this narrative around, right, stocks and things like that to get people to sell it. Because the smart money buys when everybody else is selling, right? When everyone else is giving up, oh, Target's going away. Target's not going away, guys. They're making $31 billion a quarter. $31 billion a quarter. A quarter. Every 4 months, they're making $31 billion. Okay? They're not going anywhere. I'm sorry. I don't care. Okay? But could they go down to $90? Yeah, sure. You might lose 10% in a couple of days. But it is extremely oversold. And I like Target. So that's that. We got AMD. This is a chip maker. This one's been hit really hard. So another thing about the monthly chart, guys, is when you see a name pull back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months in a row, that's 5 months of downward price action. So what I want to point out on this is that AMD sold all the way back off here in 2022 to around $57 to $60, right? Right there, where was it? Right above that white line, which again, that is our 8-year moving average. 100 months. Let me show you how I calculate that real quick for those of you that are new. Okay, so if I have 100 EMA, that is 100 exponential moving average. So if you're on a monthly chart, it is the average price over 100 months. So if I take 100 months and divide it by 12 months in a year, I get 8.33333. So I'm just rounding down to 8 months. Same thing with the yellow line. The yellow line is going to be the 50 EMA. So that is the 50-month moving average. Okay, if I'm on a monthly chart. If I'm on a weekly chart, it is the 50-week moving average. Okay, if I'm on a daily chart, it's the 50-day moving average. But we're using it on a monthly here. So 50 divided by 12 months in a year is 4.166667. Okay, so that's like 4 years. We're rounding down to 4. So you got the 4-month moving average, or I'm sorry, the 50-month moving average, that's the 4-year. And then this one's going to be the 8-year. And then that orange line is the 9-month. So think of that as the 1 year. Think of that as like the 1-year moving average there. Okay, so that's AMD. So it pulled back into its 8-year moving average back here in 2022. Gave you a green dot right there in February 2023 at $70. It went all the way up to around 222. And look, it's right back down right into that white line where it bounced last time. So the only thing we're missing is a green dot, but we got a green candle here. So again, rule number 4 on the trading rules is that we only buy assets that have a green dot or a green candle on the monthly chart. So the fact that AMD has a green candle right now, this qualifies for a trade, right? And I'm going to move this one up to my favorites as well. So if I go to the daily, right, we should be looking for entries now on these daily green dots. We got one right there on March 12th. That was at $96, okay? So we're looking to enter now on these daily green dots now that we have the green dot here on the monthly. Or we don't have the green dot, but we got a green candle. So that green dot could come in April, right? It could come in April or May. Okay, so I still like AMD. Great company. Again, they're making $7.6 billion a quarter. Yeah, DJT looks good. Yeah, good question, Cindy. I don't know. I don't know. Apparently, it's because they had some political stuff they were saying, or they were putting certain kind of baby clothes in the store. I don't know. I don't follow the news. I'm going to be honest. I don't listen to news. I get these news alerts sometimes, like that Boeing one. Okay, you saw the news here. I just click on this when there's news, and that's like what's relevant for the stock, right? I don't listen to CNBC or what they're saying because, like you said, how is Target down 56% for the 3-year when it makes billions a quarter? It doesn't make sense, right? They're a good company, and we want to buy good companies. In the end, buying good companies will make you win, not buying shit coins or meme coins. Okay, this is not a get-rich-quick strategy, guys. This is a buy and hold, okay? Buy and hold. If buying and holding was easy, everybody would be rich. Everybody, okay? Not a lot of people can do it. So if you guys want to day trade or something, that's a different channel. Go to a different channel. This is not for day trading. We are swing traders here that focus on a monthly and a daily chart, okay? I got a whole trading course over here on swing trading for you guys. If you guys want to watch these videos, that's right over there in the trading course. Domino's Pizza. Domino's Pizza has that green dot there. We got that in February, and this thing had a really nice pullback. You had a nice buying opportunity right there on the 17th at that was 428. It's already had quite the move here, so it's a little too overbought. I'm looking for a pullback and a green dot. Again, we want to buy the day of the green dot as long as we have a green dot or a green candle on that monthly chart. STM, someone called this out not too long ago, so this one actually still qualifies. It's got the green dot right there. This would be a good one to watch this week. I don't know what this company is, but they make about $3 billion a quarter, so they are a pretty big company. Let's look them up real quick. Okay, if you guys are a member of the Discord, you got access to this research tool right here in the Discord. So if you type in /info and then type in the ticker, this one was STM. This works for stocks and cryptocurrencies. You just click on it and hit enter. And then that will tell you the market cap. It'll tell you what industry. It'll tell you how many employees they have. So you can see that they are a prominent multinational corporation specializing in the design, development, manufacturing, and marketing of a wide range of semiconductor products. So they're a semiconductor company, okay? And they have been hit very, very hard. Their stock, again, is down below its 8-year average. It's sitting at $24. It's got a green dot on the monthly. That one's going up on the favorites list, okay? What I'd look for next week is a green dot on the daily. And again, the daily dots and the monthly dots, all the signals are called out over here in the trade alert section. If you guys are a member of the Discord, you never miss an alert. And I just want to update you guys on the daily green dots. So we used to have it so all the daily green dots for everything on our watch list were called out in those trade alerts. But now, only the names on our green list, which is our weekly watch list, the list that we're going over right now, only the names on this list will be called out here on the daily chart. So you're not going to get daily chart alerts unless, right, you're not going to get the daily green dot alerts unless it's on the green list. Okay, because I don't care if it's on the red list, right? We don't care if it's on the red list. We want to buy the names that are on the green list. Okay, because those are the names that have either a green dot on the monthly or a green candle on the monthly. So that's how that works. Again, STM, that one's going on the favorites list. I just wanted to update you guys that on the trading alerts, but all of the monthly, all of the daily alerts are called out over here inside of the Discord under that trade alerts section right there. Oh, man, AMD or SMCI, that's a tough question. I like them both. If I were to take a position on them, I would probably go half SMCI and I would go half AMD, but STM is another chip maker as well that I probably like STM the best based on the chart because it's way below its moving average. It's way below its 8-year moving average right now, and their earnings look good. I mean, they're making $3 billion a quarter, so I like STM a lot. SMCI, that's another one. I mean, they're making twice as much money as STM here. All three of those for semiconductors look really good. It would be hard to choose just one. If you wanted to play them, I just break up. If you had like 10,000, or say you had $3,000, I just put 1,000 in each and let it ride. MKR, this is a healthcare company. I like this one as well. So we got the green candle this week. It wicked down into that 100-day moving average there in, what was that, February? I'm sorry, 100-month moving average. So it went below the average, got sucked right back up. I like this thing as long as it can hold on to 90. And it's got a red dot, so I'd be looking for that green dot confirmation next week for MRK. If you guys want some exposure to the healthcare sector, these guys make a ton of money too. $15 billion a quarter. Okay, big money coming in here for MKR. They are one of the biggest healthcare companies in the world. So what I'd be looking for on MKR is a green dot next week for an entry. We got this is Ada Cardano. So this candle is still green. Okay, you can see how people are getting bored with the crypto markets because we're literally in just a phase. I mean, if you take out this big move we had on that Trump pump, right, and I draw this line, watch this, okay? If I draw that line right there and I draw this line right here and we take out this move right here, we've been going sideways since February. So for a month and a half, we've just been range bound in this range. Okay, let me turn this off and show you. Okay, we've been range bound. So look at these red lines here. I'll put a resistance right there and a resistance right down here. We're literally just you take out this big move, we're just going sideways right now. So what this is called, okay, what this is called or referred to, at least on this channel, is a stealth phase, right? We're going sideways. There's not any dramatic move up or dramatic move down. Again, minus the Trump pump that we got there on March 2nd. We're just going sideways. It's quiet. People are bored, right? We're up one day, we're down the next. We're up one day, we're down the next. We're really not moving anywhere, right? We're not moving anywhere. What's going on, brother? Burrito, how you doing, man? What's your thoughts on Dell? Let's take a look. DELL. Monthly still coming down. I'd wait for a green candle or a green dot here on the monthly chart on Dell. But again, Cardano is still one of those names that's just going sideways. Again, Donald Trump made that announcement that the government is going to start buying it. The candle is still green here on the monthly chart. So as long as it can hold on to 60 cents, I still like it. Okay, we're range bound right now. So I'd be looking to buy ADA on a green dot. Again, this is just going sideways right now. Stealth phase, sideways, sideways. Okay, not pumping like crazy, not going down. We're just sideways, right? Everybody wants this. Whoop. Okay, that only comes a couple times a year, once or twice a year. So you guys missed that in 2024 if you guys are new, but where should you have been taking profits? You should have been taking profits up here inside of the red zone. Again, we want to sell the red dots in the red zone. Okay? Don't want to sell these red dots down here in the golden zones. We're just buying and accumulating at these levels, waiting for price to come back up here on Cardano. So I'd still be a holder of that one. CRO, I still like this one as well. Again, that candle is still holding green here. So that one's going up on the favorites list. I'd look to buy CRO or continue to just hold it if you're in the position. This one also got a golden dot back here in March. As long as that one can hold on to 0.068, that one looks good. I'd look to buy this one on a green dot, on a daily green dot this week. That will be called out over in the trade alert section right there. But that's probably the only crypto besides ADA we've seen so far. Filecoin. Filecoin is still red here on the monthly, but again, a red dot on the monthly is crossed out by the golden dot. If you see a golden dot on your chart, it doesn't matter what color the candle on the monthly is. This is a signal to go long for 1 to 6 months. Okay, 1 to 6 months go long. Set a stop loss right there at 250. I'm still a holder of Filecoin here at these levels. Okay, still a holder. No red dot yet. Still holding the line there on File. LMT. This is Lockheed Martin. I think this was a big overreaction today. Okay, they were down 5-6% today, and that was off the news. So it says President Trump will announce a new multi-billion-dollar jet fighter program vital for Air Force's strategy against China, with Lockheed Martin and Boeing competing for the contract. So Lockheed Martin lost the contract with the government to build those fighter jets. So Boeing is building those fighter jets, and that's why you saw the move. But Lockheed Martin is another one that makes $18 billion a quarter. So just because they lost the contract doesn't mean it's time to sell. Like, this is just an overreaction, right? This is just a big overreaction. As long as this thing holds on to 420, I still really like it. I think today is actually a buying opportunity. And yeah, you got a red candle here on the monthly, but it's right back down here to February 19th lows at 419. And again, this thing was all the way up here at 600 bucks back in October. So as long as this thing can hold on to 419, I'm looking to buy that one. I want to look for a green dot here. So we'll just be patient and wait for the green dot confirmation on LMT. But I think that is going to set up very, very nicely. Again, every time we come down and touch that green line, it's an opportunity to buy. It touched it right there back in February, and we're getting really close back to it now off today's big overreaction to that news. So kind of looks similar to what happened right here. Had a big sell-off here, about a 2% sell-off, and then it just ripped. So again, we're buying for the prices up here. And Lockheed Martin is still a great company. Just because they lost a contract doesn't make their stock bad. All right, as long as we can hold on to 418, I still like LMT, and I'd be looking for a daily green dot on that name this week. MU down 8%. God, they beat their earnings and they sold off by 8%. So again, this is an overreaction in my opinion. The candle is still green here on the monthly. And yeah, another one we'd be looking to buy the daily green dot on. I'm going to put that one on the favorites list this week. This one had a nice move off of that dot right there on the 18th. That was around $89 all the way up to 106. That's a 20% trade, guys. Most people are happy with 5% a year. That was a great trade right there. And I think this 8% dip today off them beating their earnings, doing better than expected, is an overreaction. You do got the red dot today. So again, we want to wait for that green dot to come back on the chart. When it does, that's when we'll look to act on our move. Again, we want to buy the day of the green dot on the daily chart, as long as the monthly chart is green, either on the candle or on the dot. So I still like MU, just watching for the daily green dot. And again, that will be called out over there inside the Discord. We got TEM. This is that AI company that, what's her name, Nancy Pelosi bought. This one's still red on the monthly. It got these green dots back here at 45, so you'd have to use a stop loss at 45 on this. I'm going to honestly take this one off. I need some confirmation on the monthly chart. I mean, it did break out over a resistance level there today. If you're still in this one, use a stop loss at 45. This one was up at $90 back in February. And again, Nancy Pelosi was buying it. So if Nancy knows something, something's probably up. We got Rivian. This one's still red here on the monthly. I was just watching this one because it was consolidating above 10 there. Nice breakout candle here today, up 6%. This one still looks interesting over $9, over $10. So if you think about this, guys, you've probably heard the news that Tesla's getting boycotted. I mean, you see videos of their car plants and their dealerships getting set on fire by people, right? The left is boycotting them, so on and so forth. So, right, they're the biggest electric car company in the world. Right? The biggest electric car company in the world. So with them being boycotted and people not buying their cars anymore, who's going to benefit? Other electric car companies. Another electric car company is Rivian Automotive. Okay, they are a very big car company. A very big electric car company. Okay, and they got a price target lower today, but that's the reason I was watching these guys, just because of, just thinking that fundamental reason. Oh, people aren't going to buy Teslas, so what are they going to buy? They're going to buy Rivian. They're going to buy, maybe that Chinese car maker NIO. We were talking about that last week. But I like this one. I like Rivian over 1050. I'd put the 1050 stop loss there. And yeah, Tesla was up today. We've been watching Tesla quite a bit. That's not quite on the watch list yet. It did have a golden dot here. It should be on the list because of that golden dot. But this thing, again, I called the golden dot out right here on March 12th. That was right about where the price is sitting right now. But you can see, as long as we hold on to 215, this has the potential to reverse. But people are right when they say they're getting the shaft right now. I mean, when you got your cars and stuff blowing up, if you got people lighting Teslas on fire in grocery parking lots and Walmart parking lots and Target parking lots, I don't really want to go buy a Tesla, to be honest with you. You know, I mean, I'm not going to go buy a Tesla if someone's just going to light it on fire. Like, so that, you know, it sucks. But he kind of chose that path, getting involved in politics. I think he did it for better reasons. I mean, the guy's got enough money to fucking buy the world. And, you know, he's got Twitter as well now. So I don't know. It's a weird thing, right? It's something that's happening that, you know, we don't really know the true repercussions of. So I would say for Tesla, right, you needed to hold on right there to, I would say 220. 220 needs to be the stop loss. If we break below 220, we're probably going down there to 120 or 160. But right now, there's nothing to worry about with the golden dot, right? As long as we hold on to that level where we got the golden dot, okay, the previous low, which was right there at, what was that, 220? Looks like we got some signals coming in. Oh, maybe not. But 220 is a big level. But again, a company that could benefit off that is Rivian. They could take market share from Tesla, and their red zone's all the way back up there at 18. So Rivian's just one to watch. We got Roblox breaking out big. Nice bounce there off the EMA on the daily. It's got a red dot there on the monthly, so you want to use a tight stop. I probably wouldn't buy this one. It's too late. I would have wanted to buy it right here up against that blue line. That's the 200 EMA on the daily chart. I just added that today, actually. So I will have to go ahead and put out another update to the indicator. It's simply just a 200 EMA, 200 days in a moving average. If you're thinking of a year in regards to 400 days, that's like a 6-month moving average, and it bounced right on that level. And that thing's probably heading back there to 75. But I'm going to put that in the blue list because I think we're too late. Again, the time to buy was on the green dot. Okay, we've already missed the opportunity, so we're not watching it anymore. IONQ, this one is still red. That one's going back on the red list. HNT, that was green for a second today. That candle was green for a second. I added it in when I saw it. But HNT is an interesting crypto project. Again, you got the green dot back here on March 12th at 270. It's sitting at 3 something right now. I'm using 270 as a stop on that. Again, down 4 months in a row. Down 4 months in a row is normally when you get a bounce. 4 months in a row. I like the wick there. So I'd use a stop loss on this one at like 280. 280 on the stop loss for HNT. That's another cryptocurrency for you guys. Here's DocuSign. DocuSign has a red dot, but again, we have a green candle, and we're bouncing on the 4-year and that 9-year moving average here. I like this one over $80, and that one is breaking out as well. I'd look for that one to hit back up there to around 107. And again, we're just too late to the party on this one, so I'm going to go ahead and take that one off. We got BA. BA is also an interesting one there. I'm going to actually keep Docu on there just because it has a green candle. I want to see the dots when they get called out, so let me put that one back on the green list. What was Roblox do? Was that one still RBLX? Was that one still green on the monthly chart? No, that's red on the monthly chart, but it is bouncing on our 9 EMA there. So that looks interesting. I'm going to just go ahead and keep it on there for now and play with that. Because as long as it's up in an uptrend on the monthly, I want to know the daily. I want to know when there's a daily pullback. So BA gave us a green dot right here at 146. That thing's sitting up there at 181 right now. Again, that was a beautiful trade right there, all the way up to, what was that, 26%. Beautiful trade. Again, we called the monthly dot out on this one right here in December. They just won that $20 billion contract with the Air Force, so they're going to be bringing in some more revenue. Big, fat hammer candle right there on the monthly, too. So I think Boeing's got a lot of juice in it over the next couple of years. I think they're going to bounce back. Okay, they're going to bounce back. Trump's getting rid of all the regulations and stuff like that. So I think you're going to see BA do well. Ulta Beauty, I still like this one, too. This one looks good. That one had the golden dot there a couple days ago. It's sitting at right around the same price still. This is another one that's right into its 8-year moving average. So this pulled back right into that 8-year right there at 195, right into that. That was back in 2020, okay? 8-year average price over the last 8 years. Okay, you don't want to buy way off of the average, right? Because that's when everyone's excited about it. But last time it hit this line was an excellent buying opportunity. You bought it right there at 187. It went all the way up to almost $600, and it's right back down there on the line. And they're doing well. You look at their earnings. They're beating their revenue. They're beating their earnings estimates. They're beating their revenue. They're beating their earnings estimates. So I think they're very oversold. The women on the stream can probably let you know a little bit more about Ulta Beauty. I don't know too much about the fundamentals, except my wife shops there sometimes. So I like this one over 320. That one's going on my favorites. We got Shopify breaking out here as well. I like Shopify here too. Stop loss on that's going to be 97. And that, it actually has a red monthly there. So it would need to hold on here to around 97. So I'm going to, oh man, that's tough. I want to watch it. So I'm going to keep it on my watch list, but it's not going on my favorites. But again, if you were watching this one, right, you got the green dot right there on March 12th at 90, you're already up 10, 15%. So that one is an interesting play. Again, I don't want to buy unless I see a green dot on the chart. Here's AVAX. That one's still red on the monthly. We pulled back for 4 months. So again, when people when names pull back for 4 months, that's when people start losing interest, right? We're down here in despair now. We just went down for 4 months. People are like, oh my God, this sucks, right? 4 months down, we went from 55 all the way down to 15. Everyone's saying it's over, bear market over, or bull market over, the bear market's coming, blah, 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 right? We want to buy during times like that, and we want to sell during times where everyone's excited, just like they were in December, okay? No one's excited about crypto anymore. It's good. It sucks, right? It sucks not to, but the thing about trading, guys, is we can't be emotional. Whether it sucks or whether it's good, we can't be emotional. We got to look at the chart and we got to make decisions, right? As long as you can understand, right? Warren Buffett explains it the best. I quote him in almost every live stream. Buy when others are fearful and doubtful. Okay, he doesn't say doubtful, he says fearful, but buy when others are fearful and doubtful, and sell when they're greedy. Eventually, price is going to come back up here if you're buying a good asset, right? Eventually, it will come back up into the red zone. It always retraces. In every single bear market, bull market, it always retraces back up into the fib. Okay, so AVAX had the golden dot there, so I'm going to go ahead and put that one on the favorites there as well. I like it that it's pulled back for 4 months in a row, and I think the altcoin season is going to kick off here at the end of March or April. And if we break these lows, we're going to be in trouble. But I still think the charts are looking really juicy from a macro standpoint. Again, everyone's so focused on the day-to-day. Oh, we're up 3%. Oh, we're down 5%. Oh, we're up 3%. We don't care, right? We're looking at 1 to 6 month time frames, guys. We're not day-to-day traders. You don't have to watch the price every day, okay? All you got to do is look at a monthly chart and see that, okay, we've gone down for 4 months. It's probably a good time to buy. I'd rather buy when it goes down 4 months than buy when it goes up 6 months. And reality is, most of retail's buying here at the top. Okay, they're buying after a 6 month move up. Okay, or a really big move up. They're not buying after 4 months because they're getting flushed out and they're quitting and they're going to go bet on March Madness games or something, right? Chase the next big shiny object. Okay, we're patient. We understand what we are buying. Okay, if you don't know what you're buying, you shouldn't be buying it. You should know what you're holding. I know what every single one of these companies does, what every single asset does. Okay, I'm not buying fart coin or poop coin. Why? Stupid. Like, I don't get it, but whatever. Yeah. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Uber's green on the monthly here. So we're looking to buy the daily dots. Again, it gave you one right there, March 17th at 72. It's sitting at 75. I think that one's definitely going to run back up there to 86. Their earnings are just fantastic. They're just killing it right now. And there's all these self-driving cars and stuff coming out. So I think Uber's a great long-term play. I think they're going to continue to crush it. And it looks like they got a lot of upward momentum right now. So that one will easily be back up there at $84, $86. Again, your buy signal came right there on Monday, though, so we're a little late to the party, but we're going to continue to watch that one and monitor it. Lyft is its competitor. Lyft is red here on the monthly, and they're not making anywhere near the amount of revenue as Uber, so it's hard to even compare them to them. But it is trying to find a bottom here at $11. I don't like it, though, because it is red there on the monthly, so I'm taking that one off, and that one's off. We got NU. NU is a Brazilian bank. They are a new Brazilian bank, and if you guys are familiar with the BRICS alliance, they are part of that alliance with Russia and China. This one had a really nice move up. I mean, this was at $3, $4. It went all the way up there to 15. There were some politicians in America buying this stock. That's when I started to watch it. I still like it as long as it can hold on to that 1090 level. I just set a stop loss. Again, when you get a red dot, you just want to set a stop loss. Boom, right at the next hold number. I put it right there. I don't actually put it at the exact number. So like right now, most people would set a stop loss at $11. I like to set it slightly below. So I might do like 1090 or 1080. But we were calling this one out over here at on March 11th at $10. You're already up 16% on the trade. So I would set a stop loss right there at 1090 on that one, and I would continue to hold it because that's got a lot of room back up there to 590. So the point of the stop loss is to protect your capital. If we go the other way, you're gonna sell and you're still gonna make money, right? Because you were buying on this green dot back here at 1050. Okay, you're still gonna make 40 cents a share. Okay, if it goes the other way on you, and you could always get back in. So if you get a red dot on the daily, you either want to set a stop loss or you want to take profits. Okay, and I continue to hold this one just because where it's sitting. And again, use that stop loss at around 1090, 1080. Here's UNH. Big fat green candle there on the monthly, but it's just a little too overdone for me here on the daily. This one was on my watch list ever since it came down and hit that green Fibonacci line. Again, just like how we like to sell up against that red line on the Fibonacci tool, we want to buy up against it here on the green line. Okay, that green line means buy and that red line means sell. Boom, it came down. What did it do? It tapped it. Perfect. Again, this Fibonacci tool, guys, is literally the best tool you can use for support and resistance. Okay, absolutely the best. And we only use it on a daily chart. We don't use it on the monthly chart. We use it on the daily chart. So this thing is green on the monthly, so it's going to stay on the watch list. But I would be looking to, again, I only want to buy when there's a green dot on the daily when the monthly chart is green. So this one tells me that that red dot is coming back. Okay, it's going to come eventually. When that wave gets up there, that's when things are overdone. This thing went from 438 all the way up to 520. I mean, that's a great move for a high stock, a high market cap stock. That's 18%. Okay, that's a really good move. The people buying down here are going to be taking some profits up there. So I'd be waiting for a green dot on UNH there. We got PBR. This one was also called out last Thursday at $12. It's now sitting all the way up there at 14 something. It's green on the monthly chart. So again, we just want to be monitoring this, watching for a pullback and a green dot. But I wouldn't buy it up here. I would have been buying right down here, okay, up against that green line. Boom, nice pop up. RGT, this one is still green on the monthly, but it has a red dot. So again, when you get the red dot, you have to set your stop loss. My stop loss on this is going to be 750. Okay, that's the bottom of that low right there. 750, and I'd look to buy this one on a green dot. This is one of those quantum computing stocks. God, man, these stocks they don't make a lot of money. So honestly, that's just not in my wheelhouse there. Just a penny stock. Doesn't make enough money for me to want to buy it. It does have, growth potential, but they're only making $2 million a quarter. That's not very much money. What do we got next? WDB. This is Warner Bros. Give me a sec here. Good, Daniel. Yeah. Don't trade meme coins, guys. There's better ways to make money than trading meme coins. Meme coins is like a casino. Cindy says, what about ELF? ELF Beauty. That one still looks good down there up against that green line. It's coming into its 8-year moving average. So wait for a green candle if you bought it. Wait for the next green candle or a green dot and average down. I think that one could come into 50 and touch that 8-year. But this one, again, another great company. They're doing good on their earnings. They didn't do so well on their last set of earnings. They had that first sell-off there. I mean, I think, again, big overreaction there. So I'd be a holder here, and I would look to buy it on the next daily green dot. And guys, I will be sharing this watch list with you guys here after this video. So I always share the watch list with you guys over here inside the Discord under the watch list tab. So here was last week, so you guys can click on this and you guys can get access to all these names. And that'll be over there after the video. I'll share this. I'll share this green list that we're talking about here today with you guys over there. WDB. WDB. Yeah, I'll take some requests today from the live chat, guys. Stick around to the end, and I'll cover some more chart requests as we go. WDB. This one still has a green dot here on the monthly. So what are we looking for? We are looking for a green dot on the daily. So you got the green dot on the daily right there around 10. What was that? 10.29. Again, I would have liked to buy right there, but this thing looks like it's trying to still push up. It's a little. It's pretty close to that 12 level. I like Paramount more than WDB here, though. I like Paramount more than WDB. I think Paramount has a lot more room for growth. They make more money. They made around $8 billion last quarter, while WDB, which is, they're like a media company, right? WBD, Warner Bros. They made, well, I guess they did make more money. They made $10 billion, while Paramount made 8. So, yeah, I'm watching this one, watching for a move back to 1250. TTD, this is the trade desk. I think this one does not have a green dot yet, guys, but this thing is so oversold. This thing is down 60% in 2 months. 60% in 2 freaking months. Okay, that's a huge sell-off for a company that does pretty well. Okay, they're making about $1 billion a quarter. Okay, so they're just very overdone to the downside, in my opinion. They've been hit very hard. That's why I'm watching them. And honestly, you can wait for a green candle, but I think this thing's going to get sucked back up here, and it's going to go for a ride. I just really like this name because it's really, really oversold right now. I think it's going to bounce. I think it's going to get a really big bounce here shortly. I don't know what level it's going to go to, but I'm going to move that one up on my favorites list as well. That's the trade desk. TTD is the ticker. MNST. Daniel says, hey, Overkill, what's the meaning of the green lines sometimes connect on the dots? So, yeah, if you ever see that green line, all that's giving you is divergence. So that's an alert you guys could set on the indicator if you hit add alert. You just go to, it's called the big green circle with divergence. Okay, it's that second one right there. It's just more bullish than a normal candle. All it's telling you is that this green dot came at a higher place than this one. Okay, you see how this green dot came and this one came lower. All it does is show you divergence. I really don't pay attention to it too much, and I personally don't think it's anything you guys should worry about with our strategy, but it's just a different kind of signal. It's kind of like how a golden dot is a different signal. This is considered to be the third most bullish indication from the indicator. So how it goes from top to bottom is the golden dot is number 1. The big green dot with the divergence is going to be number 2. The big green circle is going to be number 3. And then the small green dot is going to be number 4. Okay, so that's gold, big green circle with divergence, then the big green circle, and then the small green dot. That is the order from bullish to bearish. Really, the only ones I worry about are the green dots and the monthlies. And the golden dots on the daily. Okay, the only golden dots I care about are the ones on the daily chart. So, yeah. MNST, this thing's too overdone now. So now that it's approaching the red zone, we no longer want to buy it. Again, we should have been buying right here and also right down here on this one, but it looks good. It's just a little too expensive for me right now. I don't want to buy. I never want to buy an asset up here in the red zone. I want to buy down here in the golden zone on a daily chart or right here on the golden zone on a daily chart as long as the monthly is green. So I think this one could easily go back up to 60, but really that's only like 5% from where we're sitting. So that one's off the list this week. We got Snow. This is Snowflake. So that one still has a green dot there on the monthly chart. So we should be looking for a trade. Gave you the signal right there on Wednesday. This is another chip maker stock. They don't make quite as much as some of those other companies. I think I like STM, AMD, and SMCI better for a play next week on semiconductors. EA, this is EA Sports. It's in the game. Okay, that one got a green dot here today. I like this one over 139. Again, the green all over the monthly, looking really good. Over 140, I think that looks good. I want to see more of a dramatic pullback and a green dot on the chart. So not going on the favorites list this week. MSTR is creeping up slowly but surely. This is the Michael Saylor's company. It's putting in a green candle here this month. So we're watching it for green dots. The last one came right there on the 13th at around 250. It's sitting at around 300 right now. Again, this is probably deeply going to depend on how Bitcoin performs. Okay, if you entered on this green dot, I would just keep your stop loss right there at 350. Again, Bitcoin is a 50-50 flip right now, guys. It's too hard to tell which direction we're going to go in. What I can tell you is that we're bouncing on the 9 EMA, that monthly moving average right now. Okay, and every time we do that in a bull market, it normally comes with a leg higher. You can see we did it back in the last bull run. We bounced on it there. We bounced on it here. We bounced on it here. We pulled back and bounced on it here. So as long as we can hold on to like $80,000, I'm still bullish on crypto. But if Bitcoin loses that $79,000 level, I'm flipping to bearish on crypto. I don't think it's... I either think we're going to see an altcoin season of a couple months going up and then it's over, or Bitcoin's just going to start absolutely ripping. It's really too hard to get a tell on the direction, and it's really going to be too hard to tell until we see April's candle, until we see the April candle hold up. So as long as Bitcoin can hold on to 80K, I'm still bullish on crypto, as long as it holds 80K. If we break 80K, we got to take another look. That's it. We got to take another look if it breaks 80K, because it could very well come down to 50 and touch that line. In the last bear market, we came down and hit that white line. Obviously, there's a bunch of talk right now with Donald Trump and things like that, you know, tooting his horn and saying blah, blah, blah. But really, the market hasn't done anything about it. I mean, the market's just sitting here. So it's hard to tell what direction we're going to go in, because, again, all we're doing is going sideways. If you take out the Trump pump, we've literally been going sideways for a month now. Okay, sideways action is not fun, right? It's boring, just sideways. But this is when smart money is making their moves. So again, we're waiting for it to break. If we can get back up over 87K, we broke 85 and then sold back off. So it's going to be an interesting weekend. Okay, it's going to be a very interesting weekend. 80K is a big level for Bitcoin. If Bitcoin does well, you should see MSTR do very well too. And MSTR has a green candle here this month. So that's interesting. We got HPQ. HPQ is still coming down here into the 8-month moving average. Okay, that white line, again, that's normally where price will bounce. Price bounces. Price is trying to bounce here. These guys are making $13 billion a quarter. So I really like HPQ here. And I like the daily chart that we're bouncing right on that green line. So I think HPQ looks really solid here. Another good semiconductor play there. Stop loss on that one would be 17.5. That one's up on the favorites list. So far for the favorites, we got SMCI, CELH, INTC, Target, AMD, STM, Trade Desk, MRK, CRO, LMT, MU, HPQ, Ulta, and AVAX. And those aren't really in a particular order. Those are just the favorites from what I'm looking at here so far. STRL. That one is also red on the monthly. Trying to grind up here. We got FLR. We got some crypto signals coming in here. This one's red on the monthly, though, so I don't like that one. Verizon. That one's green there on the monthly chart. Had a nice pullback there to around 41. I'd put your stop loss on this one at 42. Be looking to buy that one on a green dot. You can even move your stop loss up there to 43. But that was a good pullback to buy it right there into 41. And again, green dot on the monthly. You can't argue with that. Okay, that's got a nice range back there to 61. They pay a dividend. Okay, people are flooding to dividend stocks right now because growth stocks have been going down. So watching Verizon next week for a green dot there on the daily. We got HAS. HAS is they are a oil company. Hasbro, I believe they are. Let me look it up. Let me make sure. I don't want to give any false information to you guys here. Again, if you guys are a member of the Discord, you have access to this research tool and a bunch of other stuff. Let's look up HAS. This works for crypto and stocks. Let's check it out. Okay, $8.5 million company. Okay, they're a toy manufacturing company. My bad. My bad. Spreading false narratives over here. Okay, but they did have the green candle last month. They had a little pullback so far in March. Got a green dot there on Thursday, though, so as long as this thing can hold on to 58, it looks good. Baidu had a little bit of a pullback here this week. I still really like these Chinese stocks. Really, really like these Chinese stocks. This thing's making $5 billion a quarter. I think these Chinese stocks are going to frickin' fly here. So I really like Baidu. I'm going to put this one up on the favorites. Again, we got the green dot here on the monthly. Okay, this thing was all the way up here at 353 not too long ago. And it's sitting right here at $93. So it looks really good. I would be using $90 as a stop loss and looking to buy on a green dot. But that thing's bouncing right on its 200 EMA. That one looks really good for next week for a Chinese stock. And again, Chinese stocks have been outperforming American stocks this year so far in 2023 or 2025. Axon bouncing off its 9 EMA and just grinding up right now. I put a stop loss on that one right there at 528. Again, I'd just be looking to buy the green dots. Again, you should have been buying it down here on March 10th at 518. And now I just moved my stop loss up to that low right there at 530. I hope you're right, Nathan. I hope Bitcoin goes to 90K. That'd be awesome. What do you guys got? I'll take a few chart requests. Let me get through the watch list here really quick first. We got EOS. Stick around to the end, guys. I'll take some chart requests at the end of the stream. Let me just get through the watch list. EOS is still red here. They had an interesting move there. I like this one over 50. But I'm going to go ahead and keep that one off. I'm going to put that one back on the blue list here. We got KBR. Nice green candle there, bouncing right around that 4-year average on the monthly. The daily looks good. I just looked to buy this one on a daily green dot there. We got FANG grinding up. Look at that. Perfect bounce off the green line there with the green dot. Monthly chart. Big wick candle there. Bounced right on that 4-year. Another American energy company here. This one looks good. This one looks good. I'd be looking to buy any green dot on the daily chart here. We got CVX. So that one's too overbought now. So you can see the green dot came right there on the 14th at 153. It pushed all the way up. But now we're in the red zone. Again, the red zone is where we want to be selling. Okay, not buying. So that one's off the list. We got Oxy. Oxy's still bouncing around here. Got the green dot last month, so we're watching that one. As long as it holds on to $44 there, I like it. As long as it can hold those lows right there. Another energy company, if you guys want to get diversified a little bit. And again, Bitcoin's tough, guys. It's literally bouncing right on that 9 EMA. Literally bouncing on the 9 EMA. So they're propping it up here. We're either going to bounce really freaking hard here and go to 150, or we're going to sell all the way off to 50K. So I think it's a 50-50 coin flip at this point. Obviously, Bitcoin's probably a great long-term investment, but over the next 1 to 6 months, it's too hard to tell which direction we're going to go right now. So, like I said, if we break down below 80,000, we'll most likely come touch the 4-year average. Okay, that's at 50K. But we have to break 50K, 50,000, I'm sorry, 80,000 first. That's where my stop loss would be, is right there at 80. If 80 breaks, okay, time to sell. Okay, because we will get a correction. You don't want to sit through one of these. I'm still on the boat that we're going to get one leg higher. I think April, May are going to be really big months. Maybe June, July, we run all the way up. And then I think we start selling off. But again, I would love to see a green candle. This candle keeps going from red to green this month. So, we're sitting on that very important moving average right there at the 9. Again, we bounced on it last time we touched it. We bounced on it right here. Are we going to bounce on it again, or is it over? Okay, we will find out probably by April. In the next week or two, we're going to have a better direction. We got Zoom. Zoom's got a green candle there on the monthly. So what are we doing? We're looking to buy the daily green dots. Had a big sell-off. Okay, beautiful time to buy right there. Green dot. And, yeah, that thing looks good. Still, target would be up there at 90 on Zoom. Ford Motor. Ford Motor got a red dot here today. So watching for a green dot on that. They got a green candle here. So Ford is another company that could potentially benefit from the Tesla boycott. And they are very oversold right now on the monthly chart. So I'm actually going to go ahead and move Ford up here to my favorites list. I wouldn't buy it. I wouldn't rush into it right now. I would wait for a green dot. Okay, you got that green dot right there at 950. It's sitting at 10 now. So you got a red dot on the daily. So again, if it's green on the monthly, green candle or green dot on the monthly, we want to buy the daily green dots. Okay, the daily green dots. So if I were to buy Ford here, I'd put a stop loss right there at 950. And again, they're another car company that could benefit from the Tesla from the Tesla boycott. IBIT, this is the I believe this is BlackRock's ETF. One sec here, folks. Okay. So this is the BlackRock ETF. So it's sitting right on its 200 EMA here. That's the 6-month moving average. At $44 is the stop loss. So again, if this thing can get a run, right, if Bitcoin goes up, this thing's going to fly. So just watching it next week. Wolf is another crypto company. That thing's coming down, though. It's red on the monthly, so I'm taking that one off. We got XOM, nice green candle there on the monthly. I like this one over 112. Over 112, it looks good. Just be looking to buy the green dots there. Okay, but that like Chevron, I'd rather buy this than Chevron, right? They're the same kind of company. That one could run up to 125 there. We got X. X is United States Steel Corporation. Green dot here on the monthly. Looking really, really good. Okay, it's pulling back here. So what we're going to look for next week is a green dot. I'm going to move that one up to the favorites list as well. That pulls back into 38, pull the trigger. But watch that one like a hawk for a green dot next week. That's United States Steel Company. Again, United States companies are going to start doing a lot better than they have with all these tariffs. Okay, because it's forcing the companies to produce more here because we're getting less from places like Canada and Mexico. So X looks like a really great opportunity here. United States Steel Corporation. I'd like to see it pull back into like 1750. Just waiting on a green dot. Waiting on a green dot on X. We got McDonald's. Last time I ate McDonald's, I got food poisoning, and it was not pretty. Okay, that one's a little too high for me. It's up there in the red zone, so I'm going to put that one back on the red list. We got SLB. I believe these guys are an energy company. Again, they got the green dot there on the monthly, so we're looking for an entry. I like this one as long as it can hold on to $39. Got the green dot right there. I think this one could have a nice move. They've had some nice earnings. They're making about $10 billion a quarter. And again, American energy companies should do very, very well. Let's just make sure they're an energy company because, God, I have so many names now. I can't keep track of everything. I believe these guys are oil and gas. Yep, oil and gas. I was right. They're a $56 billion company. Okay, they're based in Houston, Texas. So, again, if America's going to start relying on themselves for energy and oil, American energy companies should do very, very well. Okay, and this is an American energy company. So, $39, again, great earnings, great revenue. They made $9 billion last quarter. SLB looks good. Just waiting for that green dot confirmation. FLR had the golden dot here. Again, just sitting down here at 1.4. Again, this is crypto right now, guys. Not doing anything. Boring. Right? I'm sorry. I don't make the rules. Thank you, sweetheart. My wife brought me some water. Near. Near's pulled back a lot. And another one that has the golden dot. So FLR and Near are both on the list because they have golden dots showing. I still really like Near above this level right here at 250. And again, continuation looks like it wants to happen. We need something. We need something to happen here because again, we're just freaking sideways action right now. Volume is non-existent. Volume is absolutely non-existent. If you add it to the chart here. Look how light the volume is. There's literally no volume. So something's setting up here. I don't know what it is, but something's setting up here in the crypto market. Again, I don't think we're really going to see the move. I don't really think we're going to see the move until the end of March or April. So FLR and Near both had those golden dots, though, on the daily. So that's why we're watching them again. Those are 1 to 6 month signals. Here's the total 3 market cap. What I like about the total 3 is like Bitcoin, it's bouncing on that 9 EMA. So this is the total market cap of cryptocurrency minus Bitcoin and Ethereum. Okay, so the total market cap of everything minus Bitcoin and Ethereum. Okay. So this is all the cryptos put together minus Bitcoin and Ethereum. And it's bouncing on that 9 just like we did back there. And it actually has a green candle here on the monthly. So that actually looks good. And we got the green dot there at 775. So this looks like it wants to keep grinding up. Again, I'd be a fool to try to make a prediction to see what way we're going to break. I really won't know what way we're going to break until the break happens. Okay, no one can predict which way the markets are going to happen. I've been saying April. If we're going to go back up, it's going to be in April. It's got to be in April. If we have another red month, which is really hard to believe that we're going to have another red month, because literally Ethereum has gone down for 4 months in a row. I look back at the chart. The last time we went down 4 months in a row, meaning 4 red candles in a row, 1, 2, 3, 4, was all the way back here in 2018. We went down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months in a row, went sideways, and then skyrocketed. Okay, and that was in 2018. Okay, there's a lot more going on with Ethereum now than there was back in 2018. I guarantee you 60% of you did not know what Ethereum was in 2018. Sadly, I did, and sadly, I was not buying enough. But total 3 looks good. As long as we can hold the 9, guys, altcoins we're still on for altcoin season. It's not over yet. I have not folded yet on altcoin season. I still think it's going to happen April or May or June. It has to happen then, or we will see a sell-off. So it'll be interesting, and we'll keep you guys updated right here on the lives. FCX, Freeport, I like this one. Again, nice green, a lot of green here on the monthly chart. Looking for a daily pullback here and an entry. Okay, so watch for a pullback and a green dot on FCX. Pepsi-Cola, again, huge company. $27 billion last quarter. Target made more than Pepsi last quarter. Just pointing that out. They made more than Pepsi. Target made more than Pepsi. Again, they made 28 billion last quarter. Target made 31, almost 31 billion. So Target is doing better than Pepsi right now. So for all of you that are off the Target train, I mean, I don't care what political stance they have. I really don't. Eventually people forget about that and, give in. Okay? Target's very oversold right now. I think Target's a great buy. But what were we looking at there? We were looking at Pepsi. Pepsi also still looks good. I still like Pepsi. We had the green candle last month. The wave is way down here on the monthly. The last time the wave was way down here on the monthly was back in 2009. Look at that, at $46. Thing went all the way up to 200. It was right into that white line. Again, normally price bounces right around that white line on the monthly chart. Bounced right there back in 2020, and we're sitting right on it right now here at 145. So Pepsi's actually one of my favorite plays for next week too. I like the Pepsi play. Okay, and I just look for a green dot there on the daily. That's probably one of my favorite setups for next week, guys. As long as you wait for the daily green dot, that looks like a really good setup there. What else we got here? Hold on, let me turn these 1 second here. Dude. All right, MPC. MPC is another oil and gas company based in America. And again, they've been green here on the monthly for the last couple months. It had a pullback this month, and it's ripping. So buyers are definitely stepping in here. Again, great earnings. And your buying opportunities right there on March 10th at 138. It's sitting at 150 now. And looks like it still wants to keep going here. So watching that one next week. Energy Transfer. That one's red and selling off there. God, this one's tough. It bounced pretty nicely right there at 17. So I wouldn't enter that one until I got a green dot there on the daily. Redfin. Big fat green candle with a green dot there. I think these guys bought out. They bought some company, I think. So I'd wait for a pullback and a green dot on this one. So again, you got the monthly confirmation, but that doesn't mean rush into the trade. That means wait, be patient, and wait for a green dot here on Redfin. And again, that will be called out to Discord. We got AMAT. AMAT's still selling off. It's touching its 4-year. So I'm putting that one back in the blue list. Atom is still red. Again, big pullback over the last 4 months. That one also had a golden dot right there as well. So still grinding up. If you're in that, I'd put a stop loss right there at 390. And if you get another green dot, I would look to buy. That one. We got RKT also. Nice move up here and pulling back. I actually like Rocket Mortgage for next week too. Let's put that one up on the favorites list. And what we're watching for is a green dot there on the daily for Rocket Mortgage. We got MOH. I still really like this company as well. This has got the green dot on the monthly. The green dot on the monthly tells us that the next 1 to 6 months doesn't have to be, but should be up. Okay, if you bought that green dot right there in July at 275, it went all the way up to 450. That's a beautiful trade. You're getting another one right here in March of 2025. What I'd be waiting for is that green dot confirmation. Okay, I've been saying watch $300. As long as we can hold on to $3, this trend is up, and we're probably going to fly back up there to 417. So wait for that green dot confirmation next week, but MOH looks good. We got XRP. XRP, that has a red dot on the monthly, but the candle is still green. So I've been telling you guys, as long as we can hold XRP can hold $2, it's still on. The trade is still on. And yeah, you got a red dot here today, but we're in an uptrend. So you could actually move your stop loss up right there to 220. I'd put a stop loss on XRP at 220 off the red dot. Because again, when you get a red dot, you got to set a stop loss. Okay, if 220 breaks, I would sell it. Okay, but that thing could definitely go back up to 330. XRP has led the market up, has led the altcoins in 2024, 2025. So if XRP goes, all these alts are going to go too. So as long as XRP can hold 220, altcoin season is still on, folks. It's still here. So 220, big level for XRP. And again, the dot is red, but the candle is green. Okay, so dot red, candle green. So technically it still qualifies as a trade, right? We still should be looking for the daily green dots to enter. You had one right here on March 19th. It's right around the same price. So you could set a stop loss right there at 220, okay, or 219 or whatever you want to put it at, okay, and then just play. If we're gonna go higher, we're not gonna break down below 220. So that's just the way it is. Gold, GOLD. This one's getting a little too high for me. But it does have a green dot there on the monthly. What I'm looking for is a green dot here on the daily. And again, that will be called out over in the Discord. We got Litecoin still holding its green dot as well. So Litecoin has actually held up better than a lot of altcoins during this pullback. It's only pulled back for 2 months. So I'm watching $80 on Litecoin, but for some reason I think this is going to do really well once we get the pump. So as long as we can hold on to 80, I like Litecoin here. But if that breaks, we could be in some trouble. I would actually move my stop loss up to 85. I'd put it at $85. You got about a $6 stop loss here. So again, this is boring, guys. Some of you are probably very bored, right? You're opening up DraftKings and probably betting on some college games. I saw you guys talking about that in the Discord today. Gambling is for degens, guys. Do not gamble. Okay, we're investing here. We're not gambling. We're logically taking our entries and our exits here. Okay, and we're long. We're 1 to 6 months out. We're not trying to get rich quick. Okay, we're buying and we're holding. Okay, based on the indicator. So I still like Litecoin over 85. $85 is a great stop loss for Litecoin here. I would set a stop at that level. We got SEI. This one also had a golden dot go off there on March 13th. I just set the stop loss at that low right there at 17. I'm going to guess this one also 4-month pullback here. That's why you're seeing the golden dot. Normally the golden dots will come when price is up against that green line that we've been talking about here. So still long SEI here over 17 cents. I still think that one looks good. If you get a green dot on that one, you could buy it again. We got Starbucks. S-Bucks. That one's pulling back pretty hard, but it is maintaining its green dot here. That one needs to hold on to 95. That breaks 95. That's off the charts there. But I would see how we open up on Monday on that one. We got RNDR. RNDR also another one that gave us the golden dot back here in February. So again, we're continuing to monitor it. And this one, I believe, does have a partnership with NVIDIA. Something I heard, not confirmed, but down for 4 months is a great time to be accumulating assets. Okay, again, everybody wants to buy when we go up for 4 months. No one wants to buy when we go down for 4 months. Okay, but that's just how retail thinks. Again, retail wants to buy when everybody's excited, when everyone's having a good time, when everyone's tweeting about it, when everyone's talking about it. Okay, when you're at the holiday table talking about it with your family and saying, oh, how great you are because you just bought all this Bitcoin and made all this money. And now, right, you didn't set your stop loss or whatever the case may be. Now you're down 4 months in a row. Again, it's not over. It's not over till the fat lady sings, right? We can always bounce back. But when something pulls back 4 months, that's when I start licking my chops. A lot of people want to buy when it's already up. We want to buy when nobody's talking about it, when nobody's excited about it, when nobody's having a good time. We want to buy when there's blood in the streets, quote unquote. Okay? There's blood in the streets right now. We just went down for 4 months. I mean, our NDR is literally down 77% from December. 77% down. Okay? Nasty dip. But again, if you're a long-term investor like us, if you're 1 to 6 months out, you should be licking your chops because eventually these names are going to bounce back, right? If they're good quality projects. Shit coins, meme coins, they're here now and gone tomorrow, right? We don't want to buy bad projects. We don't want to buy shitty projects. But our NDR looks good. If you want to set a tight stop, I'd put it at $3. $2.50 probably needs to be your absolute stop, and that's got a red dot today. So monitor that. Again, if that breaks down below $3, I would probably sell half. NNE, that one's still green on the monthly there. I saw one of you talking about this in chat. And yeah, it's a nuclear energy company. So I don't know a lot about nuclear energy, but they don't really have any earnings. So they're not making any money yet. So this is kind of one of those Hail Mary plays. You guys are saying it's going to be really good in the next 10 years. I don't know if it's the greatest trade right now. I'm going to actually take this one off the list. How's everybody doing? CLSK from Rob. Yeah, we covered CLSK. As long as CLSK can hold on to $7, it looks good. But again, going to deeply depend on how Bitcoin plays out. I'd put a stop loss on CLSK at $7. Let me get through the rest of these requests. We're almost done. And I will take some requests here from the live chat. So stick around to the end, guys. If we can get this video to 200 likes, I'll give away 200 XRP. We got to do it on the live. So smash the like if you guys are watching. And we will be giving away 200 XRP if we can get this video to 200 likes. We're up in the ante here. Okay, and we are doing a giveaway right now for 100 XRP over here. So there's going to be 2 winners. 2 people are going to win 50 XRP in 3 days. So if you guys have not entered for that, go to the giveaways section here in the Discord and click on this emoji right here. You will be entered to win. Again, we're going to choose 2 winners for 50 XRP a pop. And if we can get this stream to 200 likes on the stream, I'll give away another 200 XRP. We'll do 100 XRP to 2 people. BCH. BCH is still green here on the monthly. Again, this one's like Litecoin. I think it held up pretty well. I like this one next week. I'm going to move this one up to the favorites list. I'd be looking to buy it on a green dot. It also got the golden dot right there on the 18th or the 27th of February at 290. It went all the way up there to 270. Now, that doesn't look like much on the chart, but that was a 44% move. Okay. So, again, we're buying for the prices up here, not for the prices down here. That was a great move, but that doesn't mean that was the top. Okay, we're buying for the prices up here. So I'd look to buy BCH this week with a green dot there on the daily chart. We got AA. Nice green monthly candle there. I like this one over $30. Over 30, it looks really good. Just looking for a green dot there on the daily. CCK. This is Crown Holdings. Got a green dot there on the monthly chart. Their earnings look pretty decent, and they're bouncing right on that 200 EMA. So I like this one. Need a green dot next week, but 886 is going to be the stop loss there. We got CVI. Nice green candle there on the monthly. Looking for that green daily now. Okay. Again, we get the green dot on the monthly. We're looking for the green daily. So the opportunity to buy this one was back here, right there at around what was that? March 13th at 18 bucks. It went all the way up to 22. That was a 20-30% trade. PDD, this is another Chinese company here. They make even more than Baidu. So they're green on the monthly. Again, I'm buying any and every pullback on PDD. I want to see this one pull back and give me a green dot on the daily there. I think these Chinese stocks are going to perform very, very well this year. And Baidu is probably my top pick. Baidu is probably my top Chinese pick right now. MKR, still consolidating over 1,000. So that's got a red dot here today. You're just going to want to make sure it holds on to 1,000. I'd set a stop loss right there. It's another cryptocurrency. We got LAES, also green here on the monthly. This looks like a penny stock though, so I don't even know why it's on my list. They don't even have earnings. I think that was a request or something. ARB, these guys got listed on Robinhood. They're down for 4 months in a row here. But the fact that they got listed on Robinhood is very interesting to me. They also had a gold dot right around the same time. So ARB, I think, is a really good crypto. If they're listed on Robinhood, there's only 23 listings on Robinhood, and they literally got listed right here around that golden dot at 32 cents. It's up about 10% from that time. But again, any name that pulls back 4 months in a row, I want to look for an entry. And I think ARB is going to do very, very well. They're their own layer 1 blockchain. So watch ARB this week. We got NIO. So NIO had earnings today. So like I said before, Tesla is getting boycotted. So they're going to sell less cars in China, which means NIO, which is an electric car maker in China, can benefit from that boycott. Okay, and we've been watching NIO because it has a green dot here on the monthly chart. So this stock was all the way up at $67. It sold all the way up to $4. Okay, and now it's back down in the golden zone. I like it. I like it on this sell-off here. Again, I'm bullish on Chinese stocks right now, and as long as it can hold on to $4, I think NIO looks really good. I would look to buy NIO this week on a green dot from the daily. Again, you had this one right here on March 10th. Boom. You had one right here at about 489. You're down a little bit off of that, but it's only at 450. As long as it can hold on to $4, which was this support level down here, it looks really good. And yeah, they missed their earnings. Okay, they missed their revenue, but they still made $2.7 billion. They're still making money. Right? So I would look for an entry on NIO next week for sure. PDYN. These guys aren't making that much money either. They're an AI company, but again, green on the monthly here, so anything can happen. As long as it can hold on to that 587 level, it looks good. But I'm probably not going to be playing any of these companies that don't have earnings yet. I mean, yeah, you could hit a home run, but I'd rather play AI here, honestly. I'd rather play AI. They actually have earnings. They're actually making a little bit of money. PDYN. I mean, the monthly chart looks good. It's just, you know, anything can happen. Yeah, AI's making way more. AI's making way more money. And one thing I want to point out on AI is the fact that they're bouncing on that green line. Again, we bounced on it there. We bounced on it there. And we're bouncing on it again right here. I've been long on AI since about $20 there. It's up about 10%. That's got a lot of room to go. A lot of room to go back to the top there. So AI, the trend has kind of gone away here, but doesn't mean it can't come back. So what else we got? FedEx. FedEx was down 6% today. They beat on their earnings. So here's another company, guys. $21 billion last quarter. I mean, they're making $21 billion a quarter, and they're sitting right on their 8-year moving average right now. So again, I look for oversold stuff. I look for stuff that I think is trading at either a fair price or a discounted price. FedEx is one of those names that I absolutely want to buy on the next daily green dot now that we're breaking down below this line. I think they're a great company, and I think they're not going. I don't think they're going anywhere. If anything, they're going to get bought out by Amazon, but they're still making $22 billion a quarter, guys. I mean, they're still a huge company. So these names that are selling off, these big companies that are selling off like this, these are places to look for opportunities. And FedEx is going to set up very, very nicely here very soon. So that's actually going on the blue list because we want to wait for that green dot confirmation. Actually, that one does. I want to keep that one on the green list there because I want to see where the daily dot comes. I want to see where the daily comes on that one. We got DOT. DOT's still red here as well. Pulled back for 4 months, but it's bouncing on that green line there. As long as that one holds on to that 370 level, I like that one. Here's Dollar General. Somebody just called this one out in the Discord not too long ago. It wasn't on my watch list, but now it is. They're making $10 billion a quarter. Obviously, that's a lot of money, and they're very oversold. So if this is the 8-year average, guys, look how far off that 8-year average they are. They're literally all the way down at $60. The 8-year average is sitting at $140. So they are very, very oversold right now. And their earnings still look good. They're still making money, right? $10 billion is a lot of money. So I think Dollar General is a great bargain right now. And all the way back up there to the red line is around a 92% move. So I like Dollar General on a green dot. I just want to see the pullback whenever it comes. And then Tesla, obviously we've got the golden dot. Again, people boycotting it and blowing up dealerships is not a good thing. That's like real blood in the streets right there. But we did get the golden dot on it, so we have to pay attention. Again, like I said, as long as we can hold on to 215, Tesla doesn't look bad technically, but you got to take the fundamentals into consideration as well. And then Daku, these are the ones we're just waiting on green dots for. FedEx, Roblox, and Daku, we covered those. We also covered AI. So that's the watch list for this week. Let me go ahead and share that with you guys over here. I'm going to copy this and put it right here in the watch list. And this is for March 21st. So this is our watch list for next week. These are the names we are watching for entries on and monitoring for positions. So you guys got any chart requests in the Discord before I'm sorry, not the Discord, but on the live before we sign off here? I hope everyone has a great weekend. Let's take a couple here. City says top 3 favorite cryptos. Well, right now it looks like we got CRO, obviously Chainlink. Chainlink is one of my favorites, and ARB. I'd probably go with those 3. If I had to choose 3 right now, I'd choose ARB, CRO, and Chainlink. DHI, DR Horton, a home builder. What's that doing? It's got a green candle, but I'd like to see a little bit more of a confirmation. I really don't know how the real estate market is right now, at least from a builder perspective, but I want to go ahead and add these guys in. I don't know why they're not on my watch list, but I want to get some kind of builder on my portfolio. This one's tough, okay, because that green candle is green, but it's pretty weak, right? It has a wick on top there. If you want confirmation, wait for a green dot, but I would look to enter on the daily. So you got the daily there yesterday. If you're in this position, what I do is set a stop loss right there at 124. Cosmos, that's Atom. We just covered this one. This is on the watch list this week. Again, that got the golden dot there back at 384. It's sitting at 460 now. And that candle looks like it wants to flip to green. I think it actually was green at one point. One thing I want to point out on some of these charts for you guys, here's some homework for you. You guys can look at the weekly charts. So the monthly and the daily are the ones we focus on, but right in the middle of those 2 charts is the weekly charts. And you're starting to see some green dots on the weekly chart. So if you think about it, there's 4 weeks in a month. So we got a green dot here on the weekly for Atom. I think that looks fantastic. Okay, let's check some of these other weekly charts. Look at Link. Look at that. Link's got a green candle. Let me hide all these EMAs. And let's just look at the weekly chart here for some of these names, right? You got CELH, beautiful breakout there. You got Baidu, huge breakout with a wick. You got CRO, green dot on the weekly chart on CRO. Okay, that's bullish. Okay, the weekly is a bigger time frame than the daily. The bigger the time frame you guys trade, the more accurate the dots. So you can see Bitcoin's also trying to reverse here as well. This is why 80,000 is such a big level for Bitcoin here, guys. It's a huge level. Yeah, like weeklies are looking good. Okay, our strategy focuses on the monthly and the daily. That doesn't mean you guys can't look at other charts, though, right? You could look at a 4-hour. You can look at an hourly. Okay, our trading strategy is just a base, right? A base strategy for traders, and I use it to the T. I mean, I am full on with the strategy. Okay, and I do look at weekly charts sometimes. I like the fact that some of these weekly charts in crypto, look at the total 3. This is the altcoin chart, bouncing right on the 50-week. Okay, we're just missing a green dot, and that green dot could come on Sunday. We get new weekly candles every Sunday at 5 p.m. Pacific time. We get new monthly candles on the 1st of every month. We get new daily candles every day at 5 p.m. Pacific time. So that was 42 minutes ago. Wherever you're at in the world, that's when crypto candles close. Whatever time it was 43 minutes ago. It's 5:43 right now, Pacific time. That's Los Angeles time. So keep that in mind. Paul says Axler. I believe that's AXLR. You guys could just call out the tickers for me. It makes it way easier. Axler, AXL. I was one letter off. But I've heard good things about this this project. Again, they're down here on the floor where they bounced last time at around 30 cents. They went all the way up to around $3. So I've heard good things about this project. It's got a green dot on the daily, so I'd honestly just be buying and holding this one if I was going long on it. I like the fact that it's pulled back for 4 months in a row. Algorand's got a red dot there on the monthly. That one's trying to hold on there to 17, but I'd wait for that monthly to flip there. Either flip green candle or a green dot before I were to buy it again. If you're in it, I would just continue to hold it and look to average down when you get that monthly confirmation of either a candle or a green dot there. Let's look at the weekly. And the weekly's green. So you're seeing a weekly shift here on Algorand. Let me go ahead and take this off. Okay, you're seeing a green candle here on the weekly, which is a good sign. So if the next few weeks we get that rise, I mean, look at the fib on some of these weekly charts. Algorand was all the way up at $3 in 2021. I mean, they just had a massive run. It's sitting at 18 cents right now. If it goes back there, that's a 2,000% move. So, I mean, honestly, this looks like this. So, I personally am still bullish on altcoins, guys. I'm not folding here, especially when some of these names are literally down 4 months in a row. There's going to be a bounce eventually, right? Dot was up here at 55 back in 2021. By the looks of it, we haven't even seen the altcoin season start yet, guys. This was not altcoin season, okay? This is not an altcoin season. This isn't even a season. It's one 20-day pump. Altcoin season is where we go up for 4 or 5 months in a row. So I literally don't even think we've seen anything in crypto yet. That's why I'm continuing to hold my chain link at these levels, even though it has a red dot here. I think it's sitting at a very, very good price. And I think it's a great time to be a long-term investor. We bounced right on the 50 last time. Why aren't we going to bounce this time? Okay, watching for that April candle. Those April candles are going to open up in about a week and a half, guys. So that will be a great stream. I'm not sure what day that falls on. The first is going to fall on a Tuesday. So we actually will not be live, but we will be live on Wednesday. So we're live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday here at 4 p.m. Pacific time on YouTube. So if you guys are new, welcome. I want to welcome all the new members to the Discord. Welcome, 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 welcome to all the new Spartans. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. That's all I got for today, guys. That's the watch list. That is now over here inside the watch list tab. We will be live again back on Monday. So if you guys have chart requests will open up on Monday, March 24th. That's in 3 days. We will be answering all the chart requests over here from the Discord on Monday's stream. So if you guys have chart requests, watch for those to open on Monday and then get those requests in that chart request thread. If you guys are not a member of the Discord, you guys can sign up here for as little as $4 a month by clicking on this link. That will get you access to the trade alerts, the watch list, the advanced market analysis, the chart requests, the trade support, our member chat, our giveaways, and more. Again, we're giving away right now 100 XRP. 2 people will win 50 XRP in the next 3 days. All you got to do is come over here and click this emoji, and you will be entered to win. Again, if you guys want the tools that we used today, the indicators that we talked about, the Fibonacci zones, the EMAs, the red and green dots, everything that we went over today, you guys can download that indicator by coming to the trading indicator tab, clicking on this link right here, and your screen will look exactly like my screen here inside of TradingView. I also have a free trading course over here for anybody that is new to the channel that will go in more depth on our strategy and our approach to the market. Again, guys, we are swing traders 1 to 6 months out. We are not day traders. This is not a day trading channel. We are looking to buy and hold for a period of 1 to 6 months. We're looking for the big moves. Okay, we're not looking for those little day trading, little pump and dumps, right? We want to catch the wave. Okay, markets move in waves. Okay, they move in waves, and we want to catch the waves. We use this indicator and a bunch of other indicators not a bunch, but 3 or 4 indicators to tell us if price is expensive or price is cheap. Okay, price is expensive when we're extended off the mean, the averages that we talked about today, and price is cheap when it's below it. Okay, price is fair when it's around the mean. Okay, we never want to buy extended off of it. We should have never been buying Chainlink up here at 30 bucks. Why? Because we were in the red zone getting red dots. We want to buy either in the golden zones or on these green and red. I'm sorry, not the red dots, but the green dots there on the monthly. That one came right there at $11 on Chainlink. It went all the way up to 30 bucks. So again, if you guys want to learn more about the strategy, I feel like I touched on it very well today. You guys can watch the replay if you guys are joining a little late over here in the latest tab. Click on this link right here, and you guys can watch today's replay if you guys joined a little late. That's all I got for today, folks. I hope you guys have a great weekend. We will see you guys on Monday's live for some chart requests. Again, if you guys got those throughout this week, save them for Monday. I'll open up the chat here on Monday, and you guys can drop all those requests in, and we will be going over all those chart requests. We already got a few good ones here for NVIDIA, HBAR, Costco, and a few other ones here, CLSK as well. That'll be Monday. Again, we're live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 4 p.m. Pacific time right here on YouTube. Thank you guys for tuning in today. God bless y'all. I will see you guys Monday. If you guys need me, hit me up over here inside of the Discord chat. I will be live in action over there. I won't be live, but I will be monitoring the chat and our new support chat over here in the Discord throughout the weekend. So God bless you guys. I'll see you guys on Monday. Have a great weekend. Peace.